So I'm Liz Leggett, Deputy Head and Wellbeing Lead for the Women's Network Committee, and it's now my pleasure to introduce our next section, which actually is a charity showcase. So the International Women's Day website talks about how this year's theme, Give to Gain, emphasises the power of support. So when people, organisations and communities give generously, opportunities and support for women increase, whether through donations, knowledge, resources, infrastructure, visibility, advocacy, education, training, mentoring or time. Contributing to women's advancement helps create a more supportive and interconnected world. And I think, reflecting on the last three conversations that we've just heard, that can't be, more to the point, really. It proves it's really worth doing. So, which is why we thought it really important actually to have a charity showcase for local charitable organisations who help women and families. I'd like to introduce you all to two South Yorkshire-based charities who will give an introduction to their work. Those being Robyn's Tiny Angel Gowns and Mums in Need. They'll be sharing, as we have done, their donation pages, and links if you feel moved and are able to donate to their charities. So firstly, I'd like to hand over to Eva from Robyn's Tiny Angel Gowns. Thank you.
Hiya. Is my audio okay before I start?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. I feel very overwhelmed by the people that you've had on this morning, and we're such a tiny charity that in comparison, I'm feeling a bit nervous. So my name is Eva. I'm the founder and trustee of Robyn's Tiny Angel Gowns. Elaine is also on this call. She's a trustee and has played a really important part in what we do as a charity. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak and to everyone sharing their lunch break with us. Is it possible to see the slides? The first one, that's it. So I'm going to run through how Robyn's Tiny Angel Gowns came about and what we do as a charity to support families experiencing baby loss. I do appreciate that this can be quite a heavy topic, so if anyone wants to leave or to reach out afterwards, that is absolutely fine with me. Also, please feel free to ask questions or send messages as we're going, and I'll do my best to answer them. So Robyn was, thank you. Robyn was born at 23 weeks in 2020 after her heart stopped beating. We were supported by midwives and specialist bereavement midwives at the hospital and provided with lots of lovely resources donated by others who have experienced baby loss. We stayed in a bereavement suite furnished by the charity Sands. Toiletries, a TV, a portable heater and a memory box were donated to the suite by families. When Robyn arrived, she was placed in a donated angel pocket and we were given an absolutely enormous blanket to wrap her in. With the next slide, please. So this is an example of an angel pocket. It had been knitted by someone who had previously experienced baby loss. It was very thoughtful, but not what I imagined dressing my baby in. We ordered tiny clothes online, but were unable to use them as Robyn's body was so delicate. For Robyn's funeral, which was donated by the hospital, we chose to wrap her in some lovely fabric gifted by my sister and a tiny blanket I'd knitted while I was on leave from work. At home, I was convinced that I needed to donate something to the hospital, and I started looking at patterns for gowns and different types of construction techniques. And Elaine, from the very beginning, sat with me to draft patterns. We talked to midwives. They fed back on the way that we were constructing the gowns, the sizes. We had volunteers work with us to develop blanket patterns. And now, if we go to the next slide, we can offer 3 sizes of gowns suitable for really tiny babies between the ages of 12 and 24 weeks of pregnancy. They are much smaller than even preemie clothes. Each gown pack that we put together contains 2 matching gowns and 2 matching blankets. so that baby can use a set and family can have a matching set for home. The packs are donated by people that have been touched by baby loss and are usually in memory of a baby. The gowns are all made by me, and the blankets are knitted or crocheted in pairs by volunteers. Next slide, please. So each pack contains a donation card and lists the people who've contributed to the pack. They are donated to maternity and early pregnancy units throughout England and Wales, and we get lovely feedback from families and maternity professionals. Families who've received packs usually then purchase one for another family in need to pay it forward. We are currently working on fundraising to purchase bespoke fabric, as the grey feather fabric shown on the left has been discontinued, and we have been unable to source a long-time suitable replacement. Our trustees spent a lot of time talking about fabric. It was essential that the fabric we choose would feel like regular baby clothing rather than knitted, that would hold up well to staining and could be constructed to look as close as possible to regular baby clothing, whilst taking into account the fragility of the baby. Plain fabric shows stains really easily, and pattern fabric can come across as either jolly or dated. It doesn't work well in this circumstance. The fabric on the right of the screen has been designed for us by a supporter. We've sourced a printer but need to order in bulk, which is where our big fundraising push has come in. Okay, next slide. Okay, so onto the theme of International Women's Day, Give to Gain. This felt like us a really good opportunity to share some examples with people about the helpful and unhelpful interactions with bereaved parents on behalf of those going through it. I know that it's generally 1 in 4 women that experience baby loss. So for the 3 in 4, sometimes it can feel overwhelming to know what to do when speaking to bereaved families. So I just thought we'd take a few minutes to share some ideas. I'm going to start with the unhelpful and then I'll go on to the unhelpful. So personally, I have received medical correspondence detailing multiple abortions. This was incredibly jarring, and I would personally have described them as either pregnancy losses or miscarriages. I've experienced a sonographer at a scan asking me if I was excited for the scan and then wondered why I was crying. It would have been somewhat understandable if not for the fact there was a massive sticker on my notes highlighting my previous losses. Information about what has happened and what to do next can be difficult to come by. When we're in the thick of grief and shock, we are also researching, making calls, trying to navigate what now. Anything that anybody can do here is very, very much appreciated. I've had lots of people, family, friends, midwives, GPs, say things like, "Oh, my friend had a miscarriage and now she's got kids." This is not received in the manner it is given. Our research has shown us that not everyone brings a baby home, and this feels overwhelmingly scary. On to the good. We love when people ask us if our babies have names. It's a great conversation starter, even if we cry. Crying is healthy. Personal touches go a long way. A friend recently was able to choose a Muslim memory box at her most recent loss donated by the hospital. Thinking about the dads or non-birthing partners when offering support is really important. They are often overlooked, even by immediate family. I get lovely messages on Robyn's birthday. My partner doesn't get any. An overall understanding that what we are doing in our grief is the best we can do, and we will never get over this. This is something we will live with for life. Next slide. And finally, well, not finally, but nearly finally, please know there is a wealth of information out there available to anybody. alongside bereavement midwives, rainbow clinics, books, social media, bespoke counselling. There are loads of charities who jump at the opportunity to help and signpost. Tommies are leaders in baby loss research. SANS have support groups across the country and helplines for families and people supporting families. Aching Arms make and donate memory bears to families. I have one upstairs for Robyn. Next slide. And finally, if you would like to support us, you can find our website and social links at the bottom of this slide. The QR code will take you to our PayPal page for donations, and any money donated will go directly to helping us to purchase the bespoke fabric I mentioned before, allowing us to continue to provide gown packs to families in need. Thank you for having us, and please do get in touch if you want to carry on the conversation about baby loss, and please feel free to ask any questions.
Wow, thank you so much, and that it's really inspiring to hear your story, and thank you for being brave enough to share that as well, and for creating such a brilliant charity as an effect, if you like. I think we do have one person in the chat that raised their hand. I'm just going to have a look, seeing as we've got some time, see if anyone actually wants to reach out to us. Oh then, Fiona, did you put your hand up? Sorry. Yes, Fiona,
Hello,
do you...
yes, I did. To be honest, it was kind of by accident, but
Oh, right.
but it's all right now. I found that very, very emotional.
Thank you for staying.
I have made the mistakes, and I've learned from it. And I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and I really admire your courage to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wow. Yes, thanks, Fiona. Yeah, I think there's some really sort of really easy wins and some key points there. Like you said, Ava, if there's people just have a look and have a read and then have a think about how they're going to speak to you, just it makes the world a difference. And I know that there'll be people sat on this call who will have had a similar experience. So hearing what you've done as a result of that and then helping people and colleagues like us to sort of have a better conversation with you guys, I just and with everyone who's suffering, I think is amazing. So again, thank you very much. As I say, the QR code and the links will be available on everything that we send out. Please do feel, if you can, if you want to give anything to help this charity, I think it'd make amazing benefit. So thank you, Ava.
Thank you so much.
So I'd just like to welcome now the charity Mums in Need and introduce you to Beverly.